Oh, hey guys. So, switching things up a little bit today, we're gonna make some sort of like, I don't know, cheesecake-ish dessert that you can have like as a breakfast if you want. But if you're like craving something sweet and you want some protein, this is a pretty good recipe. So, this cottage cheese in it, and we're gonna whip the cottage cheese. So if you're like a person that's like, I don't like cottage cheese, I don't like the texture, like I've heard it all, it's fine. Because when you think about it, when you mix this and some milk, and some jello vanilla powder, it doesn't taste like cottage cheese, and it's really high in protein. So that's gonna be part we're having up some. So let's do the list of ingredients. We're gonna need some cottage cheese. I use 2%. We're gonna need some jello vanilla powder. I'm using a bit of like high protein milk just to mix it. Then I'm using some graham crackers, some cherry pie filling, some cocoa whip. I don't know if you ever had that. It's if you don't find that, it's kind of normal. It's hit and miss, I find. But you can also go with some Cool Whip, and I typically go with the fat-free one. So there's like the light, and then there's fat-free. So look for the Cool Whip that's a little bit less fat. And then we're gonna use some protein powder. Often people are asking me what's the best protein powder, what you should take. Honestly, I don't know, because I've tried like the best kind of protein powder. It didn't sit well with my stomach, and I've tried like some. This is from Costco. This is Lean Fit. Honestly, no aftertaste. It's reset really well with like on my stomach, and it never caused any problem, and it's fairly affordable. So honestly, Costco Lean Fit, pretty good choice. But for protein powder, honestly, go by taste, by feel, by whatever feels good. I would recommend that to make sure that there's less carbs in your protein powder, but that's about it. So we'll get started. I'm gonna make like 6 portions, but I'm gonna make them one at a time because I'm by like crushing some graham crackers. I'm just gonna like take this, and there's probably a better way to do this. This is just how I do it. It's good for some hanger. Right. Doesn't have to be perfect, just for small enough that it's going to create some sort of a. Use that. Then, thankfully, I have a roommate that has a nice Vitamix. So I'm going to put the full thing in there. Full thing of cottage cheese. And put the full thing. So I've put the full jello thing. Maybe I could have gone half, but anyways. Here, I'm gonna put some milk. Here I'm gonna say it's about half a cup, maybe a little bit more. No, let's go half a cup. That's half a cup. And then I'm gonna put 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder in this. So we'll put that there. So, as previously mentioned, if you can see the texture, it is no longer looking like cottage cheese. And texture is a little bit too liquid. So I'm gonna go ahead and honestly, I'm gonna add an extra scoop of protein in there, and I'm just gonna mix that one. So basically what you want to start with is your cup, and then you're going to put some graham. It's like 35 grams. I'll put all the nuts in there. 35 grams. Then what we want to do, okay, so we got 35 grams of graham crackers at the bottom, and then I would like to put about a cup of this mixture in this. Don't worry, it's messy, it's fine. So we got about a cup of the mixture, right? So I'm gonna need to figure out how much protein that you need, because I kind of went rogue a little bit and added protein last minute. So I'm gonna do some math after for you guys. Then what we wanna do is I'm gonna take the cherry pie filling. You can pick whatever you want. Like I've done this with cherry, I've done this with pumpkin. It's always delicious. So this, don't want to put too much, but I'm going to put like 125 grams of this. And then we're just going to cap it, top it off with some cocoa whip. So, again, so 60 grams. And let's let's just, you know, let's just be a little creative, and we'll put a couple like crackers at the top so it looks good. And this is it. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'll pause this a little bit. I'm gonna do the macros on this to see what it looks like, and I will get back to you on this. Okay, so this was a little bit messier than I thought it would be. It's giving me about like 5.5 portions. Protein content though is like, it's quite significant, like 32 grams, 65 grams of carbs, and then 13 grams, almost 14 grams of fat per portion. So there's like this little extra one that's like a half, right? So you know what, things get messy when you try some stuff, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The first one that I did with you guys that I tested is like perfect, right? And the other ones after are like a bit hit and miss. What I would do to improve that next time is I would actually make it in like a pan, and then I would just divide the portions after. So I think that would be a better way to do that. That being said, the ingredients are there. I would give it a shot. So what we want to do though is you want to send that in the fridge, or maybe even freezer. Like I'm going to keep like one out, maybe the little one, and then I'm going to send the rest in the freezer, and then you can take it out when you are feeling like having a dessert or something, maybe for the next morning, right? Because actually I think it's a great breakfast. And then yeah, so thanks for coming along. This one was really messy, but we'll go from there.